me, Brittany B, and I'm back for my Yonce-A-Thon TBR. I am co-hosting the Yonce-A-Thon with these lovely ladies. And I'm super excited. I did my announcement post on my blog. You can check that link out below. But now let's get started on these fun challenges. The Yonce-A-Thon is going to be the whole month of September. Round 2 is a celebration of Black is King. And it's just super excited to be a part of this experience. It's super fun coming up with, it was super fun trying to figure out like what books I'm going to use for what and what. So let's get started. The first challenge is Spirit. Read a book by a Black author. I decided to do Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky. I'm super excited to read it. I heard a lot of good things about it. I love the cover, and I like fantasy and I like middle grade novels because I'm currently writing a middle grade novel. So, Tristan Strong feels anything but strong ever since he failed to save his best friend when they were in a bus accident together. All he has left of Eddie is the journal his friend wrote stories in. Tristan is dreading the month he's going to spend on his grandparents' farm in Alabama, where he's been sent to heal from the tragedy. On his first night there, a sticky creature shows up in his bedroom and steals Eddie's journal. Tristan chases it. Is that a doll? Through the forest, and a tug-of-war ensues by his grandparents' mysterious and off-limits bottle tree. In a last attempt to wrestle the journal out of the creature's hand, Tristan punches the tree, accidentally ripping a hole in the sky above mid-pass, a volatile place with a burning sea, hunted bone ships, and iron monsters that are hunting the inhabitants of the strange world. Tristan finds himself in the middle of a battle that has left Black American gods John Henry and Brer Rabbit exhausted. In order to get back home, Tristan and these new allies will need to entice the god Anisi, the Weaver, to come out of hiding and seal the hole in the sky. But bartering with the trickster Anisi always comes at a price. Can Tristan save the world before he loses more of his loved ones? Okay, so the next challenge is Otherside, which is read a black nonfiction book, autobiography, biographies, memoirs, essays, collections, and I'm going with More Than Enough by Elaine Witheroff. I feel like I spoke about this in another one of my videos, but I haven't got to finish it. I have started a little bit, but this just gives me the push to finish the whole book. I've read about 121 pages, and it's a little over almost 300, so it's a really quick read. It's very engaging, and there's just so much things that I relate to in this story, from her journey, her writing journey, being a woman in this world of freelance writing, and I love her little quotes that she starts each chapter with. They're really inspiring. This one says, when a girl is born, a universe of possibilities is born with her. Yeah. The next one is Black Parade, which is read a book with intersectional Black identity, LGBTQ+, disabled, feminist, mental illness, neurodivergent, Muslim, etc. So I decided to go with a feminist aspect. So my camera died, and since I was already on a roll, I didn't feel like waiting for it to charge and then come back up and then record it. So I decided to just post it. And anyways, so like I said, that I'm doing Black Parade. And okay, so I decided to switch my Black Parade book, and I ended up going with The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. And it's basically a feminist YA spooky, I think it's in the horror genre with maybe a little bit of horror fantasy, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know the full context and details about it, so I don't want to just start saying stuff and this is not what the book is about. but I'm gonna leave the links to all the books I'm talking about. So if you really want to know like in detail what that book is about, go check the links below. The next one is Move Forever. Anyways, read a Black fiction novel that doesn't center around trauma, which I'm excited about because, you know, sometimes you just want to escape and just read a story about just like Black people existing. You know, instead of like all that trauma, it's like very depressing. But I'm super excited. So I picked Just South of Home, and I heard a lot about it. It's another middle grade novel, and I just think it's super cute. I love the cover. It's kind of like a mystery type thing, and I love mysteries. Like mysteries, thrills are like my top type of books to read, and sprinkle in a little bit of contemporary, a little bit of fantasy. I am not a high fantasy type of girl, but I'm gonna try. Like, I have this book I want to try, but you know, we'll see on that. But right now, just out of nowhere, Chloe Rhodes Sarah is finally in charge. At last, she can spend her summer months reading her favorite science books and bossing around her younger brother, Ellis, instead of being worked into the bones by their overly strict grandmother, Miss Green. But when their cousin Janie arrives for a visit, Sarah's plans are completely squashed. Janie has a knack for getting into trouble and asks Sarah to take her to the Creek Church, a landmark of their small town that she heard was haunted. It's also off limits. Janie's sticky fingers lead Sarah, at least in his best friend, Jasper, to uncover a deep-seated part of the town's past. With a bit of luck, these foursomes will heal the place they call home and the people within. And for the last challenge, read a book featuring, it's Ara E. I hope I'm saying it right, but it's read a book featuring Black artistry, storytelling, and I'm gonna do a reread of one of my favorite novels that just became a paperback book, and felt like since I got her up and coming book, Now That I Found You, I might as well go back to I Want to Be Where You Are, and that's the book, I Want to Be Where You Are by Christina Forrest. I love that book, and I'm super excited to go back into that world and read it. And it was such a quick read for me, and it was such a cute, romantic, contemporary story with Black people, and I'm here for it. I hope that eventually it becomes a Netflix movie, because like there's so many Netflix rom-coms. Where are our Black Netflix rom-coms of teens? So I feel like that one or her upcoming one would be perfect for that avenue. So I Want to Be Where You Are. So it's about Chloe. She's a ballerina. She has dreams of being a dancer in this conservatory that's in New York. And her mom was like, no, you're not gonna do it. Nope. Your dad died by a car accident, and she's just very overprotective of Chloe. And Chloe is determined. So determined, when her mother, boyfriend at the time, got them a cruise trip, she decides, well, you know, that's my opportunity. I missed the New York one. They're doing one in D.C. I can drive to D.C. to have a whole trip. So Chloe had a plan. She had a best friend lie to her mom, saying they're going to stay over each other's houses, and she had it all just wrapped up in a bow tie. Then, so when the day happens, she gets her mom out and is ready to go. Eli, her neighbor, which is a tall, handsome former basketball player, who someone you'd be like, oh my gosh, Eli is so handsome. But anyways, but yeah, he decides he needs to go with her because he needs to go to he decides to blackmail Chloe into letting him ride with her on the trip and drop him off at the train station so he can go visit his dad. And Chloe has no other choice, and that's where the big ordeal happens. With no spoilers, I'm just gonna say the road trip is fun. It's a good rom-com, and they might develop something, they might not, but it's a growing lesson. Chloe grows, Eli grows, even I think the parents at the end, they grow and learn. So it's a really good book. I love it. I'm obsessed over it. I just love the vibe, the way the author writes. Like, it's really relatable with just different songs, just the way they speak. It's just Black girl magic. I'm just gonna put it out there. And that's it for my TBR for the Yonce-A-Thon. But there are other things you can do. There's a bingo board where you can get 3 in a row. And we're going to have some other type of challenges coming up, and all the co-hosts are gonna host weekly like Twitter sprints, interaction on our Twitter, so you can get all those links below so you can sign up, join the party, because it's Yonce-A-Thon. Super fun, and let's just have fun reading some literature. I'm excited. So please let me know down below if you're gonna participate in it, what books you think is interesting, if you're interested in the books that I've talked about, and also I will have all those links below for that so you can check them out as well. And let's just discuss. We just want to talk about just books in general, comment below. But see you next time.